Are you an empath and struggle with setting boundaries and you're holding yourself back? You feel guilty and stressed out all the time because you're too sensitive? If so, then you're gonna wanna stay around for this video because we're gonna share 3 things to stop doing if you're a sensitive empath. I'm Britt and this is Chris Carmichael, and we're here on the Elevated Life series to teach you simple mindset shifts to create radical transformation in your life. Now today's topic is one that's come up so much this week. We've even decided to create a course all about how to create badass empaths because so many of us are so sensitive these days and we don't know how to use that superpower. So if you're an empath and you're tired of struggling or holding yourself back, then stick around and find out the 3 things that you can stop doing.
Yeah, the most interesting part is empaths are such wonderful people. They're fantastic people to be around because they care so much. You know, we're talking about empaths here, but I feel like this could almost be a conversation to, if you're a female, if you're a woman or you have a woman in your life or an empath in your life, maybe it's a daughter or a best friend or whatever it is, like these people have a very special gift. I really feel like empaths are going to be the people who really change the world coming up. They're going to be, exactly, but it's going to take a new kind of empath. The old empath that we're always seeing, when you think of someone maybe weak and feeble because they
cries a lot,
because they care so much, because that pain of the world or the weight of the world they allow to sit on their shoulders. What's happening now is we're seeing a new kind of empath emerge, and it's a very strong, very powerful person. And what I've noticed is those kind of people are the ones who really can affect and elicit the most change because they're the ones who are not afraid anymore. They're not afraid of shining their light. They've realized that the empath has been in the dim closet for a long time and kind of been hiding. And it's now time to let that person come out and to infuse them with that energy that lets them know that they can take on anything they want in the world. So if you're an empath, that's you. You can do it.
So before we dive into these 3 things that you need to stop doing, I want to know how many of you identify as an empath, someone who's extremely sensitive and who can kind of know already how other people are feeling without them even saying anything. And you actually take on the energy, like you can feel it, like you feel the sadness, you feel the heaviness, you feel the stress when people are talking to you. How many of you identify as an empath? These 3 tips on what to stop doing are going to give you the strength that you need to really use that as your superpower. I want to take a moment to say hello to everyone who's live watching here on the Elevated Life. Hey Diana, hey Shauna, hey Hillary, Julia, Liz, and it's so good to see all of you. I want to know, do you struggle with your sensitivity? Do you find it to be a weakness because you don't know how to use it as a strength? The first tip, the first thing to stop doing as an empath, stop asking for permission. There is no one outside of you who's going to come along and say, yes, you are worthy. Yes, you are meant for this. Yes, it's your time to shine. Well, I'll tell you that. Yes, you are meant to fulfill your dreams. Yes, you can go after that. Yes, you can make an absorbent amount of money if you want to. Yes, you can take time to be a stay-at-home mom if you feel like it. Stop waiting for permission, or give yourself permission to stop waiting for permission.
Yeah, this is so great because, you know, as kids you had to say, hey mom, can I go over to Stacy's house? Hey, can I have that popsicle? Hey, can I do this? And we get so used to doing that for so many years that we're just conditioned. And so when mom doesn't agree with what we're doing now or with what we want to do or what our vision for life is, because the world's changing and because we now live by a different paradigm than our parents lived by, it's so important to realize that people in your path may not understand your path, and it's not their job to, and it's not your job to wait for them to do that. That's why it's your path. That's why that's all put in there for you. This whole thing is designed for you. And so what you have to do is get to a place where you no longer care about waiting for permission or asking, well, when's it my time? Well, when's my time? Your time is when you decide that it is. When you're willing and able to step into that role and claim it and say, I'm going to do this for me. And the second that you do that, the whole thing will shift. More doors will open up, opportunities will come to you that you could have never imagined before because you're waiting on them to, instead of making it really just happen.
I want to know, is there an area in your life right now that you are waiting for permission? Permission to be loved, permission to be seen, permission to be heard, permission to share your gifts, permission to be a magnet for miracles and abundant, you know, permission for more abundance. What are you waiting for permission on? Take a moment to really tune in with yourself and ask, am I waiting for someone to come save me? Am I waiting for the spirit sign to say, okay, you can go out and do that great thing in the world? It isn't going to come unless it comes through messages like these, where you're reminded, oh yeah, I am in control. I have the power. Yeah. Oh yeah. That was like the moment I had. I was like, I think I'm enlightened. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's such a beautiful feeling when you finally let go of looking outside of yourself and saying, when are you going to tell me I'm enough? When are you going to tell me it's okay? When are you going to tell me it's my turn? It's your fucking turn right now. Yeah, it reminds me, it's like, you know, having the doctor write your prescription for something that you're going to heal, and then giving that prescription out to everybody you know and saying, hey, you take these pills and then I'll get better. And that's not how it works. You have to take it. It has to be you. That light has to come from inside you. That's why you're the one with the idea. It's not somebody else's idea, it's yours. That's why it's supposed to light you up. It's because it's yours and you have to claim that. Anne said she just had a light bulb moment. Thank you. Tina says she struggles with it. Bethany says it's overwhelming and draining and she has to set boundaries. Perfect example, because the second thing that empaths have to stop doing is feeling guilty. We feel guilty for setting boundaries. We feel guilty for saying no. We feel guilty for taking time for ourselves. We feel guilty for going after our dreams. We feel guilty for making money. We feel guilty for having orgasms every day. We feel guilty for everything. But what the fuck is that serving us with or for? Guilt just stops you from enjoying the choice that you make. And if you're awake, aware, conscious, and taking intentional aligned action, you're choosing what you want. And if you're choosing what you want, don't beat yourself up on the other side of it. Make more aligned choices in the beginning so that you don't have to cultivate the energy of guilt. Guilt just stops you from enjoying that choice. So if you don't enjoy the choice you made, choose again, but don't choose guilt. Be one of those Fridays. I tell you what, I mean, we're on fire over here in the Carmichael household. There's a lot of magic happening right now, and I hope that you guys are using this time with the retrogrades and the eclipses and all this crazy heavy energy that's shifting and changing. Instead of comparing yourself to like, well, it used to be calm and normal like this. This is our new life. This is our new normal, and we can create a world that is filled with abundance and joy and love, and you have the power and the ability and the opportunity to choose joy and to choose love over this negative anger or this stressful worry energy or fear. All of this is a choice. And if you're sitting here on the other side of this video saying, bullshit, no, it's not, then wake the fuck up. It is so time for people to stop feeling guilty for building a beautiful life. Yes. You know, there's so many generations that have come before us that just lived in crap conditions. No AC, living in Texas, no car, no anything. Like, we have come so far, and the best thing that you can do is build an incredible life around it. To all those people that have paved the way for so long and have through so many crap conditions so that we could be here and have struggled so far to get us to this point. You're the end of all this evolution that has happened before you. So claim that and know that you've got the strength of all those ancestors that have been there before. So draw on that. Let them inspire you. Get rid of all that guilt. If guilt has been holding you back, let this be the moment that you just drop it. Just let it all go and say, you know what? It is time for me to go after those dreams that I've had, those things inside of me that I know will bring me all that joy and all that happiness that I'm always asking someone else to bring me, all the lover that I've been asking to bring me. No, no, no. It's time for you to let all of that go and say, I'm going to bring it to me because it is my 100% responsibility. And the third thing that you can stop doing as an empath typically follows the feeling of guilt. And that is doubt. We start doubting ourselves. We start doubting the choice that we made. We start second guessing every single thing that our heart inspired us to do. We take the aligned action. Okay, we have the courage to say no. But then we start second guessing ourselves. We go through this series of guilt, and then it leads to doubt. And then that leads to making choices that don't align with what is true for us anymore? How many of you feel like you're doubting yourself? Like, I don't know if I'm meant to do this. I don't know if I'm going to be good at that. Doubt just stops you from taking the action, and action is what gives you the confidence and competence to continue on your journey. No one is amazing at what they do the first time they do it. I've told stories about how Chris said, that hair color looked like shit the first time I brought him to an appointment. My first video on YouTube was filmed in vertical, and I had the worst reply comment ever. Like, nothing is perfect the first time you do it, but when you decide, what is it that lights me up? What do I love to do? How do I love to connect with other people and shine my light and share my gift? When you discover what that is, I want you to be so 100% clear that even when people of authority challenge you and say, you know, is that really what you're meant to be doing? I recently told a story how Chris had asked me for many years, are you sure you want to be known as a psychic? Are you sure you want to put that out there? And he's an authority in my life. He's my lover, he's my partner, my coach, my guru, all the things, my friend, my softball partner, like all the things, right? And someone that I love very dearly continues to question, are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to do that? So many people could let doubt creep in because someone that they love or someone in an authority position asks them a question or challenges them. That should just give you that firm, fierce resolve that says, yeah, that's exactly what I want to be doing. If someone that you love challenges you and you know the answer is a hell yes, then keep going with that hell yes. Don't second guess yourself. Don't stop. Don't let the doubts creep in. Just allow any of that fear to be that signpost that says, oh, you have a fear about this? Jump into it. Start now. Start practicing.
Yeah, it's so important to get out of the arena of doubt, because all it does is take you away from your dream. You know, if you get into a spot where you think you're going to wake up every morning and feel so powerful and motivated to do things, and then you're going to just constantly question yourself the whole day, you're never going to get anything done. You're never going to help anybody. All that purpose and passion and all that energy that you built up and overcoming what other people were saying and things like that will just fall by the wayside. You have to have so much belief and faith in yourself and in every dream and in everything that you're doing every single moment that you wake up. It's you, like you're the cavalry coming to save you. So make sure that your belief is so powerful. And that's why I asked Britt that question. Are you sure? It's not that I doubt her. I know Britt can do anything. Britt is a fire starter if I've ever seen one. And so you have to come to that spot where you say, that's going to be me. You're going to be powerful. You're going to infuse yourself with that energy every time you wake up and every time you make a decision, every time you talk to a client, and every time someone questions you, they go, oh, I'm not going to question them again. They're obviously on that path. There's nothing that I could even do to stop them. If the world were ending, they would still be on that. If this were Britt's last day on earth, she would still be out helping people. It would still be that same thing because that's what she wants to do. And whatever that takes for her to do that, that's what she's going to do. And so look at your life. Where have you been doubting yourself? Where have you been saying, this is not for me? Oh, I need that extra certification. I need that extra thing or that extra person to say, or this many followers on Instagram before I can actually do it. All that's BS. All those are just excuses that you've made up. Just say, I'm doing it, and that's the end, and then do anything that you have to do to make that happen.
Julia says this is giving her chills, and Anne says this is her time. You know, my tagline in Shine School is, it's your time to shine. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for someone to come by and say you're good enough. And Enchanted Soul says it takes a lot of self-confidence. Not everyone has it. You know, I don't believe that statement because, yes, we're all born with confidence. We come out of the womb crying for what the fuck we want. We know what we want. We want food, we want attention, we want love, and we know exactly what we want. We cry for it, we demand it, but somewhere along the way, we drop that confidence off. We left it back in high school. We left it in a shitty relationship or a bad marriage or even at someone's job because their boss said you weren't good enough. We were all born with confidence. We've just forgotten it. We've left it along the way. And if you're someone who's struggling with that right now, then this is your opportunity to take action. Because what did we say today? Action builds competence, which creates confidence. So if you're doubting yourself and if you're struggling and if you're afraid, then what have you done to practice? What have you done to practice? Every single day, Chris and I get up doing this work. Inspiring. We were at the gym and I didn't get half my workout in because two older ladies came in saying like, I'm at the rock bottom right now. Oh hell no, you're at the firm foundation where you can rebuild yourself to who you really authentically are. I will not stop. So I want to know, what's that thing that you will not stop? What is that thing that drives you? What is your mission? What motivates you? What is that thing that lights you up? Shauna says, yes, yes, yes. We just talked about that this week. Don't take a year or more to remember your why. Yes, time is short. Time is so short. Don't waste it in pity. Don't waste it in blame. Don't waste it being a victim. Reclaim your responsibility right now by saying, you know what? Life can be tough, but I'm going to turn it into lemonade. Yeah? And if you don't like lemonade, pick a new drink, because that is the power of freedom and choice that you were born with, that you've forgotten.
Yeah, so if you're an empath and you've been struggling, and you've been wondering why you've been held back, it's because you've been doing it. If you've been blaming other people for it, it's just not true. You have to build everything yourself. You have to build the foundation, because all of it starts inside you. And all the struggles that you went through and all the things that have happened are to bring you exactly to this point so that you can help other people. All that pain and all that kind of anguish and all that crap, all the stuff that you've gone through is for a reason. It's so that you can build the strength and the courage to come out here and just be empathetic with people, sympathize with them, tell them, hey, look, I know you're struggling. I know it's hard sometimes, but you can come out on the other side, and you can be strong and resilient and do the things that you know you are here to do.
Yeah. Alexandria says, okay, now I love your husband as well. You guys are so motivating. I am enough. And I think, I can't see all the comment. I have to stop feeling guilty for not helping someone who's a narcissist and a manipulator.
Oh boy.
We did a topic last year inside the Shine Tribe Sisterhood. You can Google the phrase, empaths attract narcissists. This was a 45-minute masterclass that we did because so many of the empaths that we know have been that attractor for narcissists, because narcissists prey on empaths who want to give love, give love, give love. And we love so deeply that we do forget ourselves. And if we get tied up in a toxic relationship, it can become so easy to start feeling guilty for the boundaries that we set, or start doubting ourselves because they say, you're never going to be loved by anyone else. You're never going to be good enough if you leave me. Do not get trapped. If you are stuck in a partnership with a narcissist, know that you are not stuck. You can leave. You can choose to leave, and if they're not willing to change or to help themselves, which I'm sure you've tried that, to ask them and they've failed you perfectly, stop thinking that they're going to change. You have to save yourself, and by doing that, you actually teach them the lesson that they really need the most, not staying there and like, you know,
letting it go on.
Exactly. That we've got to break the cycle. Julia says, action steps. I am worthy. Fuck the doubt. I love that. And if you are motivated by this, if you want to continue this kind of conversation, if you need this kind of coaching and accountability so that you can begin to shift your mindset, because all of this is just a shift away. You know, they say a miracle is a shift in perception. So if you want to be a miracle working wizard in your life and you need that kind of support in your corner, then sign up for our monthly membership club, The Elevated Life. We teach live masterclasses every month, and we have a private Facebook group so that you can continue this conversation with us and ask us questions so that you can build that confidence. You know what your why is. We just taught about finding your purpose and your passion in this month's masterclass. So if you're someone who's like, well, I don't know what that thing is that lights me up, or if you're someone who knows what it is but you're lacking the confidence to continue to courageously go after it, then don't miss this opportunity to team up with us, because this is why we're here, to help you empower yourself, reclaim your responsibility for going after your big dreams and believing that it's possible. You need someone in your corner who believes in you. And we definitely believe in you. Yeah,
let us get you back. Let's get your mind back on that right track. Because you know, like Britt said, it's always just a mindset shift away. You're always so close, that 1 millimeter off. But it does take that. And sometimes it takes someone from an outside perspective coming in and saying, hey, look, who will really call you on your BS. He'll say,
I love doing that.
Yeah, those excuses that you're saying, you're just making that up. You're just waiting. You're just doing these things that we're telling you to stop doing. So if you need that accountability, you need that extra kind of coaching, you need someone in your corner who is ready to smack you around a little bit when you need it, but give you that hug and love when you need that too. Like, that is us. We are here 100% to help and serve you so that you can feel empowered and inspired to go after all those things that you know you want to do.
So here's your permission to stop feeling guilty about doubting yourself and really step into who you came here to be and shine your light. If you want to join us, go to brittanycarmichael.com/membership. We love to support you. And if you know someone who would love this message, please tag them in the comments below or share this video. We appreciate your support and spreading the good vibes all around. We will catch you on Friday at 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Central Standard Time next week, and we cannot wait to see you. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments or shoot us a DM. We love hearing from you and helping you along your path to elevating each and every area of your life. Thank you so much for tuning in. Shauna says, exactly, it's a monthly kick in the booty in the best way. I just love being able to call people on their bullshit because it gives them the freedom and empowerment to finally let go of what's been holding them back and recreate a whole new future. So if you're someone who needs that help, do not hesitate to reach out, ask any questions, or join us inside the membership club, and we will catch you next Friday. Peace. Bye.